Hello, welcome to Rush's Cafe. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Tonight we're going to be doing a coffee based out of Nova Scotia for the tasting, and it is a company called Sissiboo Coffee. It is from Honduras. It is a medium roast, and it is called Tobiatic Wild. They do have an online shop, so if you're curious about trying it, you can check it out there. I realized something when I was reviewing some of my last videos to kind of see what worked, what didn't, what I liked, what I didn't like. I realized I don't look at the camera enough, and I'm here for you, for us to connect. Yeah, no, but seriously though, I realized I'm talking to you, and a lot of times I'm looking down and looking away, not actually, or looking at the bag of coffee, and maybe every once in a while, but anyway, I realized I don't look at you enough. So that's gonna change. Obviously, I don't wanna get too close because who wants this the whole time? Anyway, well, let's get down to it. So, Sissiboo Coffee Roasters, based out of Nova Scotia. I've had this coffee before, so this is not new. I've had a couple different of their coffees. For me, personally, this coffee company, for my taste, is hit or miss. All their coffee is good, but however, not all of their flavors are flavors that I enjoy personally. But this one I found I really enjoy. But that's okay. Like this, you're not gonna like every single coffee you try, and it's not necessarily that if you try something that it's bad. It might be a very good coffee. It just might not be for your taste and preference. But I guess it's like that with a lot of things. I mean, you got world-renowned chefs that maybe they make an amazing meal. Obviously, I'm not comparing myself to that. But they may make an amazing meal. And by standards, it's really good. But by actuality, a person may not like how it tastes. Anyway, so this coffee, as per usual, we're doing the same amount, 20 grams of coffee. And then we will do 320 grams of water for a 1 gram of coffee to 16 grams of water ratio. Now, as usual, I didn't smell the bag yet. Well, not the bag, but the coffee in it. It's very woody, like woods. I think of woodland sounds, of woodland creatures, and just everything wood. I don't know if you can see those beans. Beautiful beans. Yes. Oh, I dropped one. I committed a mortal sin. I'm sorry. Anyway, beautiful beans. They smell good. Very, very woodsy, in my opinion. But I guess that is not too difficult to achieve when you are roasting something, right? Like you're going to be having a roasty type, even if a coffee doesn't necessarily develop a tasting note that comes across as woody or roasty, you're still going to get that kind of almost roasty effect from your coffees, unless you just have a coffee that just is so lightly roasted that there's no roast like profile there whatsoever. Anyway, at this point, I would like to say thank you for joining me. We're going to get to tasting here in a second. So, I don't know why. I'm a little lost in my own head at the moment. All right, perfect. So that's ready to go. 320 grams of coffee will be coming out. Story time. I hope you're ready for story time. So this week was about when I was a little kid. Were you ever a kid and you came across something and you didn't know what it was, and so you proceeded to try to find out, and it was not what you had initially realized? Yeah, so here's the thing. I was maybe, I want to say 9 or 10 years old. I'm not 100% positive. But my parents had taken me, we were at a group of outlet stores, I think it was, and we went into this one specific store called Mikasa. If you don't know what Mikasa is, basically it's like fine, like nice teacups and serving things, like breakable, lots and lots of breakable stuff and crystal and everything else. So you've heard of a bull in a china shop? That's kind of, this is a similar type story, not that extreme though. So here's what happened. So we come into this Mikasa, this store with all these breakable things, and my parents let me wander around. I don't know why, and I know that the rule is look, but don't touch. I didn't touch any of the breakable stuff, at least not on purpose. Anyway, so here's what happened. I'm walking through, and I come across, and I see a meat tenderizer. I had never seen a meat tenderizer. My parents, like when they cook burgers, steak, anything, they never used meat tenderizers. They never tenderized their meat with a meat tenderizer. I had no idea. So I'm walking through the store, and I just see this little hammer. So I pick it up, and it's made of wood, and I look at it, and I go, what's this for? Because I think my dad was up ahead of me, and I said, what's this for? Is this in case somebody comes in your kitchen? And I do this, I flick it, not realizing that the head of the meat tenderizer was gonna fly off across the room and break a teacup. I found out afterwards that my mom's initial thought and reaction when she heard the crash was, oh great, somebody's not paying attention to their kid. Some dumb kid broke something. Anyway, that was her first thought. Come to find out, it was her own son. Yes, I was the dumb kid that broke, I don't know, it was a plate or a teacup or something. It went flying across the room, and I just stood there, and my dad turned around and saw me just standing there, just completely dumbfounded with a handle in my hand. Anyway, they didn't make us pay for it because technically the meat tenderizer was defective. Yes, I shouldn't have been touching it, and I shouldn't have done that, but I was the dumb kid. Anyway, all right, so here we go. Coffee's all ready to go. Let's get to it. Do it to it. Grab my little Paw Patrol cup. Get rid of that. All right. Here we go. Oh, I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Thank you for joining me. I love doing these coffee tastings. It's a lot of fun to be able to connect with people. And coffee is one of the greatest things to be able to share. Music and coffee, I think, are one of the best things to be able to share with people. And this is one of the things I love. So if you're still here and you're watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more coffee tasting videos. And we're going to be doing some different things on the channel with different YouTube shorts and whatnot. Just having fun here. This channel is about having fun and connecting with people. So leave a comment below. Let me know what your favorite coffee is. If you've tried Sissiboo coffee, let me know. Let me know what your favorite roast from them is. But anyway, got my Papa Bear cup. Got it all ready to go. I didn't warm it up. I remembered this week not to warm it up so that way it can just start cooling the coffee slowly so that way we can taste kind of as it progresses here. Anyway, let's get to it. Alrighty, let's see how my nose and palate do today for figuring out what these coffees are gonna taste like, because I don't have any advantage, because if you look, there's no tasting notes on the bag. Nothing. Barcode, no tasting notes. So we're flying blind here today. It does say though that this bag is made from recycled natural craft paper and lined with the PLA compostable film. PLA is a plant-based renewable polymer. This bag has a tin tie. Please remove it before composting. So I'm assuming that's what this is. No, so one of the cool things about this coffee that I realized the other day, because my son was asking me, he was looking for the little hole that a lot of times coffee bags will have, where it's sealed at the top and it has a little hole to be able to let the gas out. This doesn't, their bags don't have that. There's nowhere around here, because when they have their bags, it's not actually sealed when they sell them, which is awesome, because that kind of keeps them accountable. Because one of the best things that you can do for making sure that your coffee tastes fresh is picking a coffee that has been at a recent roasting date. So I'm recording this video on the February 26th, I believe, somewhere around there. And this was roasted on February 5th. So it hasn't even been a month that this has been roasted, which is awesome. So that kind of keeps them accountable to making sure it's fresh, because if you don't seal it and you don't have that little thing to kind of let air out and not letting oxygen in, you have to be able to move coffee. Otherwise it goes stale and it just doesn't taste as good. So within the first 30 days of being roasting, if I remember correctly, one of my buddies could probably correct me on that. One of my friends who does roasting, could probably correct me on that little piece. But if I remember correctly, I believe once roasted, within the 30 days is either the maximum before it starts degrading, or that's the best time to taste it. It's one of the two. Anyway, I'll find out for next week. Join me next Tuesday. All right, anyway, here we go. First part, the aroma. I'll come over here, so that way we're a little bit more connected, you and me. Us, together, all of us, whoever's watching. That smells like Coca-Cola to me. Like if somebody was able to solidify Coca-Cola and then roast it, that's what it smells like to me. It's very sweet. Almost florally in a way. Sweet and floral. That's cool. That's a really nice smell. Even though I've had this before, I've never actually done a proper tasting with it. So this is new and exciting for me. I don't remember if I showed you. I'm using my Papa Bear mug. Huh? All right. Oh, sorry. Second part, tasting notes. All right. This is one of my favorite parts because what do? If you've been here before, you know, or if you're into coffee, you probably already know. We slurp it like a rude house guest. You go over to somebody's house, you're not supposed to slurp your soup. Guess what? We're slurping coffee tonight. Stick with me. Let's do this. It's on the dirty side. The aftertaste really lingers, really kind of kicks you in the tongue there, covers the whole tongue. I'd say it's about a medium body. It doesn't sit on the tongue super heavy, but it's not super light. I'm not really getting the sweetness. I'm getting more of almost like a charcoaly taste, but not in like a, ooh, it's charcoal. It's more like a, oh yeah, that's my burger was roasted with charcoal kind of deal. Roasted, barbecued, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really getting much else. It definitely tastes rather roasty. The aroma had that kind of sweet, almost roasted Coca-Cola smell to it, but I'm not really, for flavor wise, it's not very complex. It's very pretty much, it's straightforward and to the point. I'm not really getting many subtle notes on this one. It's a little on the florally side. It's nothing too crazy. It's a nice level across the board coffee. There's not really a whole lot of flavors that I'm picking up there. It is a bit on the florally side, like I said, and definitely on the roasty, almost like, now, I don't know chicory well enough, but when people say chicory, to me, it's kind of almost an onomatopoeia in that sort of way where it's a word that I feel should taste like it sounds. Or I know onomatopoeias are a word means what it sounds, but I believe in that in that case, I feel that chicory should taste the way it sounds. And to me, this tastes the way chicory sounds to me. Yeah, okay. That time it was there. Definitely floral. Yeah, it was kind of waiting to peek out. And on that last one, it kind of kicked me in the back of the tongue. It hit me in the back where it's just like, yo, I'm floral. Hello. Anyway, really good. I love this one. But anyway, if you've tried this coffee before, like I said, it's the Tobiatic Wild from Sissiboo Coffee Roasters over in Nova Scotia. If you've tried it, let me know. Let me know if, what kind of flavors you had, what flavor profiles you got from it, the aroma that you got from it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you ever had from them a different one that you like? Let me know down in the comments. Join me next week. We'll have another story. Join me, David, Rush. Oh, my son, my other son, second son, oldest son, also made me a sign. Last week, my other son had a sign for me. This week, my son had a sign, so I don't want to show that off. Anyway, join me next week. I don't know what we're going to taste next week, but I hope it's going to be good, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for joining me.